Hey guys, we're going to take a look at some of the things we've been doing for the last 2 weeks. Just kind of walk you through some of the things that are coming down the pipeline. These are going to be things we'll be releasing pretty soon. We're still kind of polishing things off, but one of the main elements that's happening with it is the AI system that's going to be driving a lot of the player character side to it. One thing to consider that we're doing is that there's going to be a pathing. You'll have a pathing system, you'll have a waypoint system, a click anywhere system, a waypoint pathing system, so that you can kind of navigate your characters anywhere depending on the circumstance and stuff. We've got a character here that we're just going to use so that you can see angle, direction, and everything on it. There are two major elements to the character, and let me just kind of show you on that one right here. Let's see. So on character here, your character now, if you're wanting to put your character into an AI situation where they're going to drive the motions, they're going to do the things for you, you can do is AI right here, and this is going to actually allow the character to actually become, for instance, you could do cutscenes if you wanted a character to jump on a flagpole and then move down it and go across. You'll be able to set cutscene type pieces up using this system. But also setting characters up to pathing points and things. So we're going to go through those, but to start with though, we're just going to take a look at the enable pathfinding option. So we have this one on to allow the player character to walk on this grid. And then the ID for the player you can actually set to be the same, so that each player could actually be walking on different sets of grids with different sets of sizes, things like that. But for this particular character, we're doing we're actually doing the move and rotate, so we're going to do the enable option on the click, and then the velocity is going to be updated for us so that it'll change the animation direction. So I'm just going to click inside the scene. I've set the grid so that it's visible in game as well, but if I click over here, it'll show my pathing view, and then it'll allow me to navigate around and for it. Also notice that the grid itself is checking for objects. Each object is just dependent on whether you want it to be part of the equation or not. But in terms of the use of it, pretty simple. We'll walk you through a couple of points just so you can see how it's done and give you an idea of what's coming. Alright, so just real quick, one of the things that's kind of nice with it is that when it comes to the grid, it's actually real-time updating while you're working with it. So if you were doing a grid and you were looking for different sizes, maybe you wanted to path a little bit closer to it, or you wanted to path a little further from it. One of the things you can actually do is set your grid while you're working on it. You can actually say you want the density to be larger, so that they're not pathing at a small increment, or you could say that you want the density really tight, and when you do this you can actually change your grid size here, so then you can actually just grow your grid out. If you have a really large level and you're not looking to actually work over this part of it, you can actually just say use full level grid, and it'll just do the same grid across the whole scene for you. It'll just determine where all your tiles are and then make the setup for it. Alright, so kind of a nice basic system for it, but one definitely is useful when it comes to setting a character on it. One thing you may also notice is the little trigger box right there for the player. This is actually to identify if you don't do if you're not doing like a triggering on the object to turn on the grid for the character, you can actually just use the brush and then tag characters you want to use that you want to be pathing on it, and it'll just automatically set it up for you that way too. Alright, so there is a first video, just kind of a walkthrough of this one. I'm going to go through a bunch of different scenarios so you can kind of see where it's at right now and the advantages that you can kind of start using and stuff when we put it out for you. Alright, thanks guys.